Hey guys, I'm back. Not with a tag video this time. I'm going to be doing my first book talk, and the book I'm going to be talking about is Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken. Now this is my first time doing one of these, so we're going to see how it goes. For starters, if you haven't read the book, get out. There will be spoilers in this video, and I don't want to be blamed for spoiling it for you. I can't give you a brief synopsis or anything of the book without spoiling the first book, so we're about to jump into the video. If you have not read the book, go read the book, and then come back, and then we can talk about it. So in 3, 2, 1. Now here comes the spoily section. So let's just start out with the beginning of the book. When it's Ruby going on this mission to save the person, the whole time I'm like, okay, she's obviously going to be saving Liam. Where's Liam? I want Liam. Come on, bring out Liam. And then she goes and saves this person from the plane or whatever he was in, and there's a bag over his face. The entire time I'm like, okay, she's saving Liam. Here comes Liam. Liam's coming back. Yes, Liam. And it wasn't Liam, it was Cole. Now, I didn't remember Cole. I didn't know who Cole was until she went back into her memories of Cole. And I was like, okay, well, he's not Liam, but we're getting somewhere. It's getting closer to Liam. But while they were going on this mission to save Cole, something happens that kind of triggers it to Ruby that something right's not going on. A bomb sets off under her and Veda, and Ruby was told to stay put, and Ruby knows something's going on, so she's like, Veda, come on, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. And thank God they both got out. That kind of foreshadowed the crazy Rob, which comes back later. I loved the shower scene where Cole just kind of drags Ruby into the shower, and he's like, why did you lie for me? What's going on? And, like, they hatch up this plan, and this is the part where we're like, okay, we're getting Liam back. I instantly fell in love with the character of Jude. Like, he's just this cute little boy, and I thought it was so sweet. He's the little brother I always wanted, and he was just amazing. My favorite line from him, though, is when Veda's like, Judith throughout the whole book, and then she calls him a Nimrod or something, and Jude was like, okay, that's enough. And Ruby goes, she's been calling you Judith for months now, and Nimrod gets you? And he goes, well, I didn't take insult to being called a girl. I mean, you guys are both girls, and you're both pretty much powerful and can handle yourself. I don't see why it's a bad thing. And at that point, I was like, okay, Jude, you've got my heart forever. But, so yeah. I like Cole. I don't think he's a bad person. I like Cole, but I have a thing for the Stewart men, so, yeah. Veda, on the other hand. Let's talk about Veda. Okay, so this bitch don't take shit from no one. She's her own person, and I'm like, oh my god, she's bad. And then, like, when her and Jude split to go on the mission and, like, left Rob and all them, I was like, oh my god. And Veda's following him. It was just like, okay, she's obviously bad. And then Jude, like, zapped her and puts her down. I was like, good job, Jude. Good job. Like, it just amazed me how much more in control Jude was of his powers than Zoo was. And he was just amazing. My favorite scene, I gotta say, with him was where they're trying to get all the supplies with all the blues out of the plane or whatever they were in. And Jude's like, and the soldiers are coming at them, ready to capture them, and the blues are pushing them back and pushing them back. And Jude just becomes this, like, giant Pikachu is the best way I can explain, like, what I saw in my head. And he just starts pushing, and he starts shocking and throwing these lightning bolts, and I was just like, you go, Jude, you got this. But Veda, I was like, why, oh my god, this girl's gonna kill them, she's following them, I don't know what her deal is, but she needs to stop. So then, when we get to Liam's house, and Ruby just takes off running, I'm like, oh my gosh, she found Liam, like, you Liam, and then it's the next best thing, it's Chubbs. And he, like, wraps her into a hug, and it was just amazing. And then, when Chubbs is like, come on, Liam, you know you want a hug too, I'm like, oh my god, Liam's with Chubbs, like, they're back together. And no, it was Veda again. I was like, oh god. And she gives up, like, that Jude had a tracker in, like, the inside of his hoodie that are rubber because he is a yellow. But you pretty much find out that Veda's the good guy, and she's there to help them on their mission. And she was sent by Nico and Kate. Kate, I don't trust. And Nico, I was like, oh, he's just this cute little awkward kid. Like, there's nothing wrong with Nico. Was I wrong? Bad judge character on my part. Now, I'm shipping Chubbs and Veda. You heard it here. I support them. In the afterlife, they're going to get together, and they're going to be happy, and everything's going to work out. And then they're going off to find, like, Chubbs and everyone are reunited. Everything's good. And then Veda and Jude get kidnapped, and I was like, okay, like, I thought it was going to be, like, soldiers, and it was going to be this huge battle scene, and no, it was the Knox kids who have found and created their own East River. And I personally think that Knox is more crazy than Clancy, just because he's, like, so hungry for power, and, like, Clancy, I guess the oranges you kind of expect to be in power because of their abilities, but he was a blue, and it was like, he just was holding food out on people, trading them in for cigarettes. Like, he's freaking crazy, and he just, oh my god, he scared the crap out of me. And then the fight scene where Veda was gonna have to fight Ruby, I was like, there's gonna be some kind of twist. And he's like, oh, you didn't expect to be fighting each other. And he pulls out the red. I thought it was definitely gonna be Jude he put in the middle and be like, okay, now you gotta kill your friend. But no, it's this red, and I feel so bad for the reds who can't control themselves. Like, it's not their fault. Like, they're given all this power, and they just can't control it. And when Ruby breaks into his head, I was like, oh my god, Ruby, save him, save him. And then she's thinking about turning him against the Knox kid. I'm like, okay, the kid is bad, but the red didn't do anything. And I actually shed a few tears when the red was shot. Like, he wasn't doing anything. He was being used as a weapon against his will. It's not like he's like, oh, I want to be a fire-powering person. It was, like, put on him. It wasn't his choice, and I just felt terrible. And then when Ruby had that split second where she's thinking about turning him against the Knox kid, I was like, I will totally lose respect for you right now, Ruby, if you do this shit. But the Ring of Fire, and Veda started to grow on me in the scene. We're going to jump back a little. Sorry, guys. I'm a little all over the place here, but I want to get everything out. Okay, so when Veda is, like, watching Ruby confront the Knox kid, and she's, like, gonna throw all this out and be like, I'm gonna control him. I was like, okay, Ruby, this isn't gonna work, but let's watch this play out. And Veda sits in his throne. I was like, okay, I can get on the bandwagon with you. I kind of like you. But Ruby, she fucked up there. Like, she didn't accomplish any. She did nothing but start a fight for her and Veda for later on in the book. But I was boiling mad, and it totally took me by surprise when Olivia's taken her to the tent with all the sick kids, and, like, Olivia came out of nowhere, so I was kind of like, okay, I liked you in the last book, you were okay, so we'll see where this goes. And she takes him to the tent with all the sick kids, and she's like, oh, you're not here for Liam? I was like, what? Liam is there? Liam's alive? Like, this is how Liam's coming back to us? And he's this sick heap on the ground. He's not Liam. He's sick and dying, and oh my god. I was like, Ruby, fix this. Go fix this. So the whole time I was like, if Liam dies, I'm done. I can't lose Liam. Liam has my heart already. You can't lose him. So then Ruby fucking loses control in this fight. And for that split second, she's thinking about turning the red on Knox. So then the red gets shot at, and Ruby just loses it. And she, like, commands Knox. She's like, get down here. She didn't touch him or anything. And holy crap, I was like, finally learning to use your power. Good job, Ruby. And then everyone's, like, all scared of her. But honestly, she didn't do it, like, to be scary. She did it to save everyone, and she did. And then I guess we're gonna skip forward to when the Blues go out on the mission to get the supplies, and Ruby's like, how are we gonna get across this river? And Olivia's like, we're gonna play leapfrog. That was the coolest idea I have ever read about. Like, I never would have thought that. In my mind, I'm like, oh, they're gonna jump from rock to rock to rock. No, we're going to take a blue, float her into the middle of the river, take another blue, float them to the other side of them, float everyone across. I was amazed by that. I was in awe. It was genius. I honestly thought that it was going to be... I'd never thought that they were going to get ambushed inside of the plane. Or, I don't understand what it was in. I pictured it as like a storage locker, but when they were like going through everything, and this one's from Japan, and this one's from Canada, and this one, I'm like, okay, so obviously they're hiding these resources. So, let's not trust the government. No brainer there, though, because no one really trusted the government to begin with. But then Ruby gets stabbed, and like, this huge fight scene goes down between her and the kids that banished and followed the Knox. And I don't understand why anyone would follow him. He was a terrible person. Like, the kids got their jackets taken. They weren't given shoes. The one girl was in boxer shorts and a tank top. It's cold. He left the sick in a tent to die. He is not a good person. Why are you still supporting him? So there's this huge fight scene, and the military guys show up. Ruby's like bleeding to death on the ground, needing to be supported by Olivia and Jude. And Brent's like, okay, we got this. And Ruby's, oh, well, they have guns and weapons. He goes, so we have brains. And the Blues like sort of flipping things and just using their telekinesis. I don't know what it's called. Their mind to just move everything. And Jude's like this giant Pikachu and throwing lightning bolts, and Jude wears himself down to the point where he's exhausted. He can't move. So Brett just like, fuck this, throws him over his shoulder and starts running with the packs and everything. And Ruby's like, she was just fucking stabbed, and they left her with no one to help her. So she's running, and she gets caught, and she sinks her teeth into this lady's arm and goes into her head, and she wakes up, and she's captured by these people who are the people who like to sell the kids back to get money. So Rob shows up, and I was like, fuck. And Rob takes advantage of her in her like weakened state, and he gags her and puts a muzzle on her. She was being treated like an animal. It was disgusting. And this scene, like, the mental images the scene of Ruby in this car gave me were disturbing. So she's in the car, and Rob's driving, and she starts projecting the children that he killed, the girl and the boy. And the girl's, like, reaching to touch him and smearing blood, and the boy's hugging him around the neck. And he's like, I know it's you. I know it's you. This is you doing this. This is you. Stop it. And he hits a tree and dies. And then here comes Chubbs to the rescue in the rescue van. And Ruby's just like, leave me, I'm a monster, blah, 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 blah. And Veda's like cutting her chains and trying to get her free. And Ruby's kicking and screaming. And Liam, I didn't understand what Liam was doing. Like, at this point, I'm like, he got his memory back. He has to have gotten his memory back. And he's screaming, is she dying? Chubbs, what's wrong with her? Chubbs, Chubbs, Chubbs. And everyone's yelling at poor Chubbs. He's just trying to save her. And she blacks out and wakes up and has a mental breakdown. And of course, she turns around and there's Liam. And he just wants to help. He's just there. And he's like, what can I do to make you feel better? And she's like, nothing. And then she breaks his heart. I'm from the league. We made a deal. And Liam loses it. And I thought his mood swings is like a side effect from her messing with his brain, which is never really explained. But he has this huge fight and no one's talking. And Liam runs away. And in my mind, I was just like, what? Go save Liam. Like, why would Liam leave? Liam loves you. So they get to the garage, and this is like the scene where Liam's like, I love you. I don't hate you. I love you. And I shouldn't love you. You're a stranger, and I have all these feelings. And the truth comes out what Ruby did, because they start making out, and somehow he gets his memory back. She gives him back his memories of her. And Liam's pissed. So Liam goes to storm away. And there's shots fired. And I'm guessing everyone like me was all, what? No, you can't kill Liam now. Everything's coming back together. No, not Liam. And so Ruby goes, and he's fine. He's got some glass in him. And Ruby gets in this gun down, and the lady runs. And Ruby's going to try and shoot out her back tire, but she realized it really wasn't worth it, because they were going to get the fuck out of there anyways. And so they show up with the van, and Chubbs, Jude, and Liam go into the store to, like, look for rations. And Veda and Ruby are sitting in the van, and Veda's like, there's something weird with Kate. So I don't think it's Kate. Like, why would Kate do this? So Ruby's like, one way to find out. So she sends the text that was like, see you later, alligator. And the person types back, in a while, crocodile. When in the whole book, it's been in an hour, sunflower, which I thought was so weird, but now it makes sense. So they're like, okay, we're gonna go. We're just gonna go and face it. In my mind, I'm like, why? Stay the fuck away from there. Don't go anywhere near there. What the fuck are you doing? So they get to this spot and kept the secret. All along, Ruby's keeping these fucking secrets, and it always ends up biting her in the ass. Like, you think she'd catch on that you can't keep secrets. Let everyone know what's going on. Let them make a plan with you. You're not a fucking lone. Come on. So they get to the place, and I just picture fucking creepy Clancy sitting at the table in this Dairy Queen with his book propped, like acting all sophisticated, reading this book. And they come in and he goes, you can't even let me finish my page. And I was like, just get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Just leave. He's fucking crazy. Just leave, Ruby. Leave. But no, she has to start prying for him. And the whole time, she expects the boys to just stay in the van so her and Veda can handle it. Did you really think that was going to work, Ruby? Did you really think that through? So the whole time we hear Jude, like, going nuts at the door trying to get in. And then there's Clancy. Oh, is that Stuart begging like the dog he is? I was like, oh, you fucker. You are a fucking asshole. So Liam ends up breaking in. And Clancy does this weird mind thing on him and it brings him to the ground. And I was just like, Ruby, fucking save him. You're the only one who can fight Clancy because you're the only one who can get his fucking head. So then everything just went smoothly after that. Like once Ruby took control. And I was like, this is going way too easy. He's giving up way too much information. What is going on? So they get on the plane, and Clancy's still cooperating. I'm like, okay, is no one thinking this is going too easy? This isn't, like, working out at... This is not... No, this isn't Clancy. He's planning something. So they get to HQ, and they're storming in, and Clancy is, like, being forced in first, and, like, being a hostage, and no. Clancy, everyone should have realized Clancy was plotting something. Ruby should have realized he was plotting something. So, Ruby and Clancy end up breaking into the girls' dorm, locker room, like, bedroom area, and all the girls are gone. And she looks at Clancy, she's like, don't say anything. Well, of course he's not going to say anything. He's a fucking hologram. He's not really there. He's like an illusion in your fucking head. So then they break into the boys, and Nico's there. He's like, what are you doing here? You're a day early. I told Clancy to tell you to wait. And it all starts spinning in Ruby's little mind that, oh, this was all a fucking setup. So Ruby's like, goes to lose it on Clancy, and everyone's like, who are you talking to? He wasn't there. He broke into the office to get what he wanted. Because Clancy is an evil mastermind, and Ruby underestimated him. So, of course, Ruby has to run off and try and stop Clancy while all the shit's going down. And she finds Clancy and they get into like the fight. And then I want to, like the guys who don't like the kids show up. And it was in that scene, I was like, and this is where Ruby dies. This is going to be where the main character dies kind of thing. And then fucking Cole. I love Cole. The guy's like, oh, I need light. And Cole's like, got you, brother. And his fucking arms in flames. He's a fucking red, guys. I did not see that coming. And Alexander Bracken, like, when she released that older kids can be reds or, like, colors or could have these powers, in my mind, I'm like, okay, so what adults have we come in contact with that can have them? And I'm starting to think maybe Kate, maybe she's, like, a green or something. But I don't know. I don't trust Kate. Not yet. So part of me kind of hopes she's dead. Just get her out of the way. But Cole's like, oh, you can't tell anyone. So it's another secret you're keeping from Liam. Have we not learned anything about keeping fucking secrets? Honestly. But nope, we're going to keep Cole's secret. Blah, 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 blah. I'm Ruby. I know best. And so it was all set up with Clancy. So then they tie him up and lock him in the fucking closet. And that's when the shit goes down. People start bombing and all this shit's happening. So, like, they're trying to run. They're running and hiding. Jude, when Jude was like, we can't leave them. I was like, Jude, you have to leave them. Go save yourself. And Ruby's like, oh, but what about Clancy? He's up in that closet. Fucking leave the douchebag. He's been nothing but a problem for you, and he does nothing for you. He is a mind manipulator. He's there for his own agenda. He fucking hurt Nico. Nico did nothing to him. Nico trusted him. But whatever. So they're running down the hallway, and her and Liam have their arms wrapped around each other. Everything's good. And they lived through the bombing and, like, this attack. They lived. So then Ruby's looking around, and she's watching this boy with the curly black hair, and she realizes, that's not Jude. Where's Jude? So we find out Jude didn't make it. I'm sobbing hysterically at this point. Jude was my favorite besides Liam, and he didn't make it. And then fucking Clancy walks in. Of course Clancy fucking lived. Why wouldn't he? Jude fucking died, and Clancy lived. I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. He's like a fucking cockroach. You can't kill him. But Ruby's line at the end where she's like, oh, you mean these papers? Because he's all, oh, I saved you all. I got rid of the cure. No, you didn't, bitch. And that's where it ended. All in all, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I was really happy with it. I would love to know what you guys thought about it. So please tweet at me, get at me on Goodreads, Tumblr, leave me comments. I want to know what you guys thought. I mean, you've sat through this video and listened to me ramble about what I thought, and I would love to have someone to talk to you about it. So please leave me comments below. Follow me on Twitter. Do whatever it takes. Just get at me, guys. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!